Welcome to the Popcorn Talk Network, for the online broadcast network that features movie discussion, news, and interviews. Press 1. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Box Office Breakdown on the Popcorn Talk Network. I'm your host, Sara Stretton, and today we have a guest alongside, of course, JT and Tom.
Of course, we're always here.
Oh, you're always there. Stanley Wong, who you guys might recognize from not only 21 Jump Street, but also Oscar-nominated.
Best Picture nominated.
Yes, The Big Short.
Possibly,
Welcome.
and he was also the baby on the Nirvana album cover.
I don't like to talk about that one. I was in the 22 Jump Street. That was cool too. But
Yeah.
the Nirvana album, I guess that's also up there.
Yeah.
They literally threw you in the deep end right from the get-go.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Threw the big right into Hollywood
It's
deep
a
end.
big one.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, thanks for being here, man.
Yeah,
And
man.
we do have
Really
a
appreciate
clip,
it.
Yeah.
so people can see a face on our
is-
small
yeah.
screen from the
This
big
is-
screen.
From the Big Short, let's hit it.
Yeah, we'll commentate on it.
This is amazing stuff.
Oh, okay.
Bonds fail, and we are already at 4%.
That's
Steve
right.
Carell.
They go to 8. It's Armageddon.
Yeah, that's right.
How come nobody's talking about this?
Armageddon, good movie,
Completely
by the
sure
way.
of the math.
You know, the other guy,
I haven't seen
the
it.
guy to
You've
the left
never
of,
seen
That's my
Armageddon?
quant.
the guy to the left
Do we need to
of,
My
create like a list
quantitative-
for you?
What's your name, Mike
My
Kwong?
math specialist, look at him.
Is it Kwong?
You notice anything different about him? Look at his
That's
face.
me.
Ew.
That's me.
Look at his eyes. I'll give you a hint. His name's Yang.
That's a
He
great
won a
name.
national math competition
Really
in
nice
China.
eyeglass work.
Yeah.
He doesn't
Yeah,
even
I was
speak
thinking the same
English.
thing.
Yeah, it was a Prada, I think.
Yeah, I'm
Funny
sure of the
enough,
math.
I don't even speak Chinese.
There you
So
go.
there you go. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
go.
my name's Jiang, and I do speak English. Jared likes to say I don't because he thinks it makes me seem more authentic. And I got second in that national math competition. So
Second.
Bravo.
Fantastic.
Second.
Listen, I would be
Bravo.
dead last if there was a math competition. So
I was actually-
second is really good.
So
Now-
far as stereotypes go, I'm actually legitimately pretty good at math. So
Oh, man.
I'll own up to it. Yeah.
I heard Ava Mendes was under the table during that scene. Is that true?
What was she doing? Why
If
would
she
you-
was
hanging out.
there, I didn't see her. I don't think I kicked her or anything.
Okay.
But I don't know if I looked under there either. So it's possible. Yeah.
They had a lot of hair guys on set too, apparently.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: what was it like? Like, was it a hard audition for this, or was it something that was like booked right away? Because I don't know. Listen, I've worked on films, but I have no idea when it comes to like casting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, this one was actually a local case. It was shot in New Orleans. I'm originally from New Orleans.
Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, it was one of those cases where like I'd like do a video and then I would send it over.
Oh, like American Idol style?
I guess I don't.
Did
I
they
haven't
used to
done
send like
American Idol.
videos?
It's like a
I feel
big
like something like
thing in
that.
casting now that a lot of times instead of calling you into a room, your first thing is you put something on tape.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It-
Okay.
You know what? I think it just makes it easy for casting directors. They're
Yeah.
just like, great, I can do this from home.
Yeah, they could sit home and eat cookies all day.
That's probably. I think that's how they found Yvonne Drago.
They did.
Dolph
really?
Lundgren.
Yeah, they
he
did.
sent in a VHS.
Oh, wow.
And they were like, this guy's got it.
And
Yeah.
supposedly
That's-
Bradley Cooper used to put himself on like tape all the time
Yeah.
to send it out
yeah.
and send
Oh,
it
really?
out until he got noticed.
I put myself
That's
on
what the
tape all the
stories
time
say.
too, but I don't send it anywhere.
No one wants to see that.
But,
So you sent a tape in.
Yeah,
and
funny
then what?
enough, I got a call back, and it was one of those cases where like, oh, Adam McKay wants to see you. You have to fly to Louisiana. I was just like, but like, what if I don't get it? It might be a waste of
Yeah,
money.
yeah.
And I was talking to my manager, and he's just like, well, you know, it is like an Asian-specific role, and there really aren't that many of you guys down there, so I think you kind of got a good chance. You should probably go for it. And I was just like, you're right, I should do it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I went.
Yeah.
I bought a ticket. I flew down there. I waited. I flew drove to this audition space, and I waited for like an hour, and then I finally got to meet Adam McKay. I auditioned for like 2 minutes. He's just like, okay, cool, you got it.
Oh
I
my
was like,
God.
yeah, and he's just like, yeah.
You
I
know,
was like,
sometimes you
And
probably
that's how it
want it
works.
on the tape. You probably want it on the tape. He's probably like, this is the
And
guy.
this is verification.
And then
He
he
just- yeah,
you
like-
came in and
oh,
you know,
he has legs. I
It's
guess
like-
that's what they're.
Let's see if he wants it. Tell him to come down here. If he comes, he's
Yeah.
got it. Kind of thing.
you should have came in a wheelchair. That would
So
Oh.
this movie obviously has a huge
If
cast.
he doesn't stand up in the scene, it would have worked.
yeah.
No, this movie has huge cast, A-list
Yes.
actors.
Mm-hmm.
What was the vibe on set? Like, how serious were things being taken?
I mean, obviously it's Adam McKay who's known for the comedy
Yeah.
movies, so it was very loose. Like I was actually I was scheduled for 3 days and we finished like in a day and a half, and
Wow.
unfortunately I don't get paid for the 3 days, so it's actually just like ugh. But no, he's very like he would have 2 cameras rolling. They would all be on zooms. They'd just be shooting all over the place, zooming all over the place. They shot very fast. It would be very improv heavy, and he I think he's known for just having a speaker. He'd be in another room with the
With the monitor?
with the monitors, and then he
Okay.
just has a speaker that he kind of speaks to, and he kind of yells at you through this little speaker.
So not a lot of FaceTime. It's just through the speaker.
Not during the takes. He does very
yeah.
long
Okay.
takes that he's no, go do this. Do some
It's from the Judd Apatow school.
Yeah, I guess so.
Directing like that.
It's funny because he's from a comedic side. Anchorman is nothing but improv. That whole movie.
Yeah, of
And
course
when you go see this movie in theaters, the way it's shot, it feels like he shot a drama comedy in the improv comedy style.
Yeah.
Because the camera's all over the place in this movie.
Oh, yeah.
While some people have heard say it's distracting, I think it adds to the energy.
Yeah,
It's different. It's docu-style almost. Which,
Yeah.
which sort of what that is, the movie itself.
Wow. So, man, overall, so you also were in 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Was the vibe similar in some way? Because they are both comedic
Yeah, actually,
directors?
to be super honest, yeah, it was a very similar vibe where it's just improv heavy. I guess there was a script and we stuck to it, but then they were
Okay.
also open to just just kind of go off and do things. I mean, I mean, my part was actually even cut a little bit, and then Ryan Gosling was really cool. He was even yeah, you want to improvise something, kind of
nice.
work something in, and yeah, Ryan Gosling was very supportive. Obviously, I mostly do my scene with him.
Yeah.
And he was. Yeah, he was really into
rehearsing
with me, and
He's
Wow,
really
that's
good
crazy.
like that. The guy on the right in that scene next to him, or his left, was an extra.
yeah, Jeffrey Griffin.
Yeah, he had one little line.
I talked to him a lot, yeah.
And Gosling took him under his wing and said hey, we want to expand your part a little
Yeah,
bit. And
he
that's
had a
exactly
pretty
what
big
happened.
part in that movie.
he did.
Yeah.
Holy
Well,
crap.
now that nominations
Yeah.
for Oscars have come out, how was your reaction to this picture getting nominated? Did you expect it, or are there other actors in it that you thought should have been nominated?
Other actors in the movie, you mean? And yeah, it's strange to me that it seems to be very divided. People are either Steve Carell or Christian Bale. They're
Yeah.
the two
That seems to be
heavy
the
hitters.
two, yeah.
But it seems to be Christian Bale's very much on that side. No, he's been getting most of the nominations. And I guess in the Golden Globes case, they said they're both nominated, so they're neither of them gonna win now.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we know who won that category.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stallone.
That's obvious.
He also won Critics' Choice today. Not Critics' Choice, yeah, Critics
Oh,
Award.
really? He got it
He won
already?
the critic for supporting. He's just cleaning up everywhere he goes.
He's going to win.
It's a beeline to
He's
Oscars.
won at life.
We're going to have a lot of Oscar talk and see also
Yeah.
how the Oscars are affecting box office numbers. So in the show, as always, we go over what the box office is doing, what's making money, what's topping the charts. We're also going to obviously get into our games and then later do our predictions about what's coming out, how much money they are going to make.
Yeah.
But let's start with this past weekend.
I really like that turtleneck you got. It's nice.
I said the same
Thank
thing
you.
before the show.
We're wearing all black just because, for the Oscars, because they didn't,
Yeah, me too.
they left out a lot of black actors.
Oh.
And we're wearing black to
I'm
support
not
that.
on his same page, although I can't
Oscars
speak
so
to
white
that.
is what the
Oscars so
A lot of
white.
people
so I'm
have
coming in
been
black.
commenting about that. But let's get into this weekend's numbers. I'm going to start with what didn't make the list at number 6. Norm of the North bringing in 6.6 million.
It's a zero
And
on
it's
Rotten
number
Tomatoes.
That's,
Zero.
that's
It's a
really
zero.
what I wanted
Oh,
to
wow.
talk about.
If there
And
was
it
a
has
minus
like
zero.
34 critics that have given it a 0.
Wow. A
Exactly.
big fat
Audience
zero.
has given it 26, and they're normally the nicer
Yeah.
ones.
I
But,
haven't even heard of it, so. I mean,
and it made a movie about a polar bear, but supposedly
Yeah.
the animation's not even good.
It's
so
horrible.
Yeah, Rob Schneider did it, the whole movie. He animated the whole thing. In his
animated
garage.
it?
In his
That's a
garage.
lie.
He did it in
he
his
is,
garage.
He has his eye back?
Yeah.
All right. But actually made the top 5, starting with Daddy's Home,
Disgusting.
dropping,
All right.
This movie's killing.
38%.
Yeah.
Only 30%. Normally things drop around 50.
Yeah.
Oh.
Daddy's Home brought in $9 million. It's also in its 4th week.
129
so
million.
It's stuck around longer than Sisters. Like it's been doing
Oh,
well.
yeah, 129 is a lot.
That's a lot
Yes.
for that movie.
Yeah.
These two guys are a great combo, Will Ferrell and
Yeah,
Wahlberg.
Other Guys, directed by Anna McKay.
Yeah,
Great
that's
movie.
true.
Yeah.
I actually auditioned for this movie. I didn't get it, but whatever.
Who can play the kid on the left?
I don't know. I forgot it. I forgot. It's fine. I think it was an audio guy, actually. Something
okay.
like that, yeah.
All right. 13 Hours debuted this weekend.
Number 4.
Yes, bringing in $16 million.
Yeah,
So
not bad.
Not horrible.
Not
but
That's pretty low for a Michael Bay movie, right?
Yeah.
But this isn't like... yes, it's a Michael Bay movie, but it's not a Michael Bay movie.
It's a Michael Bay movie. It has a ton
Yeah.
of explosions. It's over 2 hours long.
2 hours and 25
Oh,
minutes.
wow.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
a war movie.
I will
That's
say,
a lot.
Mark Ellis gave it 5 for 5.
Ellis is a huge fan of this movie. I went and saw it last night. And the first showing I went to was sold out. And I went and I got to it in the theater
weird.
an hour before the movie started.
Oh.
So I thought it was like, this is a good sign. This movie's going to make some money. And I eventually got to see it at 10 o'clock. It's a good movie. It's nothing great. It does have a very much a feel of like Lone Survivor and Black Hawk Down.
Yeah.
But it's not at that quality. It's
A
like
lot
a
of
step
these,
below.
a lot of
Michael
these
Bay.
are army movies and war movies. They're trying to capitalize off the American Sniper, which
Yeah,
around
Yes,
this
for
time
sure.
did
Of
this,
course.
and Lone Survivor, and like you stated, this is a little low for this. It's not terrible,
No,
but
it's
it's
not
a little low.
Well, strangely, I don't know if this is a thing. Like, why does it have less theaters in Norma than North? Like, why is that?
That's
that
a good
true?
question. That's a good question.
I think that's actually a good point because one of the reasons it was sold out was I realized when I was looking up the times it was barely playing. Like when usually something like this comes out, there's like it's in 2 theaters. I think this was in 1 theater in almost every theater I looked at.
Well, we'll
That's-
see.
that's
We'll see how it does.
possible.
Dropping from the number 1 spot. I guess some would say finally. I say darn it.
Yeah, me too.
Star Wars down to number 3. Couldn't hang on any longer.
It can only make so much money for so
Yeah.
long.
Is it really a sad story? It's already
Yeah.
the highest grossing
It
in
is
the
a
U.S.
sad story because of what beat it.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah,
So,
okay.
but it brought in another $25 million.
It'd be tough to get to that billion. I don't know anymore.
Yeah, you were sold on the 1 billion domestic.
We'll get into
You
more
don't
about
think?
what it's making.
It's need 150
talking-
more. I don't know.
That's true.
It's gonna be tough.
It's at 8:51 right now. We also are on a holiday weekend, so these numbers are reflecting Sunday
That's true.
numbers, but we do have tomorrow, which will bring in more money for movies.
Kids are off school.
The Revenant beat Star Wars, took the number 2
Yeah,
spot, bringing
that's-
in at 29, only dropping
a beautiful hold.
25%. That is, what are you shaking your finger
This is
about?
what won
It's
me
a
the
beautiful
weekend because you guys did not think Star Wars was gonna.
I didn't
you
say
guys
I
did
didn't
not think The
I
Revenant.
didn't say I didn't think. I said I didn't want.
I mean, I'm
There was a
surprised,
difference.
honestly. That's kind of crazy. Those
Listen,
are large numbers.
That's a
it
big
is.
number for this.
The biggest surprise to me is like you said, the drop off, only
Drop-off's
26%. Usually it's about 40. But you're coming, like I said last week, you're coming off the Leo win.
and the
you're
best,
coming off the
and
best picture
and
win.
best director.
Oh,
Yes.
that's true.
Huge.
So everyone, all the grandparents and parents went and saw it this week.
But
Yep.
did like Birdman get the same love last year? I feel like it
not as
probably
much
did.
money, but it did get.
Birdman was also an extremely polarizing film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not
you're right.
Where so many people came out and were like, that was art. And so many
Yeah.
people were like,
Yeah,
that
it
was
was
junk.
crap.
Revenant
Yeah.
is such a it's for all the greatness that it is visually and the performances. It's a very simple story.
That's
Yeah.
I think
correct.
that translated in the trailer.
You know
it's
I
like
don't like it,
1,
don't
2,
you?
3. I know you don't like it, but I liked it. Did you see it? yet?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it was good. I mean, I saw it in the theaters. I thought it was great.
Sammy, have you seen it?
Seen it yet?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah?
I mean, it is simple. That is, I guess, a con, but
Yeah.
that doesn't stop it from being like a simple story well told.
I totally agree.
That's
No,
correct.
it's a beautiful story, but the things that they've
It's
added
beautifully
to
shot.
that script, I think,
was
are
that?
horrible.
Beautifully shot.
Anyway, obviously it's beautifully shot. Now taking the number 1 spot, everyone sigh with disapproval. Ride Along 2. It did it.
Good for them, I
I
guess.
mean,
Good
I
for
guess
them.
after all the money they pushed into being in every single. Excuse Stanley. Stanley, as you
Sorry,
know,
I'm dying.
the heat is getting
Listen,
to him.
I feel the same way when I saw Ride Along 2 trailers. I wanted to get sick.
Take
He's
a
okay.
minute. You're good.
I'll let
Clear
it,
it
yeah. Right along too. All
It
right.
does a
Yeah.
lot
No,
to
no,
you.
no, no.
Makes you gag. No, but Ride Along 2 made $34 million so far. It did take the number 1 spot. These are not what Ride Along, the first one, made.
So
It's
low.
not quite as high.
What did the first one open at? It was like
40.
30.
No,
Was it
40.
really that
I
high?
think 40.
Holy
It
Jesus,
did like
It's a
people.
little higher.
Yeah, I came in with more fanfare. This is like Kevin Hart's 6th number 1 movie in a row or something like that.
Let's
Yeah,
get
he
hard
brags
number
about
one.
it.
Good for him, I guess. Yeah, good. Yeah, good.
I guess that's why they keep putting them in
I mean,
movies.
exactly. That's why these movies keep getting made, because people are gonna see them, and I don't know if it's just because they like to laugh at how stupid they are. I whatever. I can't
This
diss
movie's
them
really
too
corny.
much.
Stop or I'll shoot you in the face.
It has
yeah, it's really funny.
14% on Rotten Tomatoes
wow.
right now,
Wow,
but it
14?
has 14 from the critics,
Okay.
63 from the audience.
Oh man.
Well, there's a lot of idiots out there, obviously.
So
That's still kind of low, right?
That's not that low. Normally, I would say you'll get your rare movie out there that has in the 90s, but 70 is nothing to be like, oh, you got a 70. It's not like people. It's not like getting
a B plus cinema score, I think.
Yeah, like that's not bad. If you get into like the 50 range on Rotten Tomatoes, that normally means it's polarizing.
Yeah.
40 means bad. Lower than 40 is horrible.
That's
how I take Rotten Tomatoes
and be a
ratings.
success, and you'll probably see Ride Along 3 unless somebody died in it.
I heard the movie's horrible. I walked out of the first movie. I couldn't even finish it.
It's bad.
I very rarely walk out of movies, so that's saying something.
I rarely do too, and I predict if they do a third one, it's gonna lose its steam. It's just not gonna make as much money.
Correct.
I think this one's riding off the first one. If this one's worse than the first, which I heard, I can't imagine that. But if it is, I think people are done being tricked to go and see the movie.
I mean, but this is the thing. So much comes out of marketing and how much you push.
Yeah.
And what Ride Along does is, and movies like Ride Along, is they really do make their presence known. You know it's coming out, particularly the week of. They push every spot. It is on TV. It is on radio. They
presenting
go
at the
for
Golden
it.
Globes and everything.
Yeah.
It's just what it is.
Any single person who's like, I don't know what to see, that's forced in their face and they go see it.
Not gonna be Norm of the North, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, Cube's hot, you know. Kevin Hart's hot.
Yeah.
Straight Outta Compton could have helped this a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
He's more of a household name, I think he was, before that movie came out.
Absolutely, he wasn't even in it.
Yeah, there's that Conan bit that was really awesome too. With
they did a couple. Yep,
also, and I work for him, so I have to say, Screen Junkies has a hilarious video where Hal Rudnick brought his mother to interview Kevin and Ice Cube, and it's hilarious. Check it out on YouTube. There's a scene where she's like, "You once had a song called F the Police, but now you're playing a police officer. How does that work?"
I guess that's you did the same thing in Jump Street, and I guess it's the same joke.
Oh, that's right. Did you get to work with him a lot in Jump Street?
I mean, he was kind of the guy that you don't see him too much on set. He would have like a posse around him.
He always does.
Still rolls with a posse.
Big posse.
Yeah.
Of course he does.
I don't know. I thought maybe as you got older as a gangster rapper, your posse shrinks.
I saw him in the Century City Mall by himself. He was probably going to meet his posse somewhere.
Posse.
My buddy worked for him for a long time. He's a very guarded guy. And he's very money orientated. Good for him.
He's been successful in a variety of mediums.
And he pushes hard.
All right. Well, let's get into some of these international numbers for a bit. Because we're going to talk a little bit about The Force Awakens, as we typically do these days. The Force Awakens ranks as the 5th film in history to cross the 1 billion mark at the foreign box office. So this is really thanks to China, where it opened. It just opened in China last week.
Wait, so is that not including the U.S. or is that including U.S.?
That is 1 billion foreign. It reached $1 billion a while ago.
That's insane.
That's unbelievable. What's that? What's that? 1.9 an hour?
Oh my god.
1.86.
So we're at 8.5
ridiculous.
Domestic. Let me double check for everyone.
What was the China numbers for last week?
Last week it opened at it opened last week. Remember we came back and we talked about it.
That's right.
It was 1 day
but
40
we can talk about
like
what it made. No, it made I think 50 last week in like 2 days. No, it made 50 million, but it opened on a Saturday, not a Friday. So it made like 50 million in like 2 days or something in China. Something like that. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. But the space opera rocked up 47 million this weekend, topping charts and driving its global haul to, $1.86 billion. In China, the 7th film of Star Wars regained its first place position for the 2nd week in a row since it's debuted there last week, and it should pass 100 million in China sometime next week or so.
Is that what they call China now? The Middle Kingdom?
I've never heard that.
Said that, and I avoided it because I don't think it's accurate, so I just jumped over and just said China.
It's like a Hobbit.
That's like a Middle Earth.
I don't know.
Kingdom.
I don't know, but we do stand to note that
I'm gonna look that up. I don't know why they call it.
Compared to Furious 7, which came out last year, it brought in 400 million in China. So this is a big discrepancy for such like a big budget picture.
So it's not a lot, you're saying?
So Furious 7 is not going to.
You can't balk at that. Like you can't balk at it's only going to make 100 million in China. But when you're comparing it to what Furious 7 did, and looking at the material,
that's gangbusters. That's crazy.
Like you would think it would be closer.
I think like they're only allowed to have like U.S.
Certain
movies for a
amount of
month,
movies.
and then they also
Yeah.
said that they're not familiar with Star Wars like
Yeah.
China. So
Yeah.
They
So-
did a big push before that. They had regular Star Wars in theaters for everybody to see to prep them so they can get ready for
Well,
it.
but that was the thing. They had to do that recently because in the past, Star Wars hasn't screened as much in China.
yeah.
So, and there's there's been controversy over what the posters in China have illustrated about Star Wars, about certain characters being
I've heard of
Yeah.
that.
shrunk, things like
Let me
that.
tell you, studios are marketing towards China so much now.
The Middle Kingdom, you mean?
The Middle Kingdom. Sorry.
Middle Kingdom.
The Middle Kingdom. I wouldn't be surprised if the next Fast and Furious gang go into space
Whoa.
and actually enter the Star Wars trilogy.
I mean, it's
I
interesting.
think that would be
and
amazing.
Yeah.
It does make you wonder,
Vin
though.
Diesel.
They're
how
going to be
much-
racing spaceships.
They're going to be doing
yeah.
the best stuff. We're all gonna send in tapes to see if we can get kicked
Just to
out.
point out, I don't know if it's true or if it's false, but one of the things when Star Wars did so well here, a lot of people were raving about how a movie could do so well with a female and a person of color as leads.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, good
Yeah.
point.
A lot of people were like, see, why are Hollywood producers don't understand
Yeah.
that? Look
I've
how
seen
much
that
Star Wars
meme.
made the most. Exactly.
Yeah.
But I wonder if that is affecting the Chinese box office differently. I don't know. But we're looking at 100 million versus 400 million. I don't know what's causing one to do
Yeah.
so much better
Cars.
than the other.
Everybody loves Vin
Yeah.
Diesel.
Cars and
Yeah.
Diesel, like
I think also actually I'm
familiarized
told
with
that
with the series.
fantasy is like not as big there. Like
Yeah, of
they're
course.
Oh, really?
they're kind of more like there's actually a couple rules. Like you can't even like make a movie with magic involved
Yeah.
or something like
Also,
that.
Harry
There's a lot of
Potters
weird
were not out
rules.
there.
Oh really? Yeah.
I'm
they're
not
like-
guessing.
Yeah.
Harry
But
Potters?
it's like taboo. They want to see real stuff, like when Anthony travels through the time, whatever it's called, like that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. And they want to see whales come out of the water, things like that.
Sounds about right.
I have no idea.
Okay.
All right. But let's go into some more news about the international box office. The Revenant took second place on the charts, earning $31.5 million in 25 international markets. That's good news for Fox and New Regency because that movie, as we all know, cost so much money to
Yeah,
make.
$135 million.
Wow, is that much? I didn't
I
realize.
believe that's the production
Oh,
budget.
wow.
If I'm not, they went over budget.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
one of the
I can
things
imagine.
Well, it was a lot of weather stuff going on. They
well,
only
they
had to shoot in
trekked
certain
out
weathers.
into the middle of nowhere, had to
Yeah.
bring all that stuff, went overtime, had to deal with weather.
Some 9
And the
months
budget
shoot.
just
costumes, and they had to get the bear. They paid like $40 million for the bear.
bear's
Wow.
fake.
Yeah.
CGI
It was a
cost
very
for me.
good fake bear.
But yeah, that's the production budget too. So
Yeah.
who knows how much they did for advertising?
Yeah.
When they filmed the bear, did they have somebody like actually wrestling with him,
I
like in a
think-
I
blue
haven't
suit?
looked at
I
it.
think, yeah, just from what I can tell of like how things are shot, I feel like they. I mean, I don't know, but it definitely looked like Leonardo DiCaprio was being thrown
Yeah,
around for
maybe
sure.
he was like on
Yes.
wires, like like
They're
Crouch
in
Tiger,
the
Hidden
woods.
Dragon.
Who
style?
knows?
This
Yeah.
is a
Right.
big statement
I
here.
think
The
there's-
Revenant needs to do roughly 400 million globally to
Oh.
turn a profit.
If it wants a
400?
profit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
think
because-
it's going
I
to
don't
reach
think
that.
it's gonna happen.
No.
No, of course.
Because think about 135 production plus advertising. How
Yeah.
much advertising they've done? They're spending
Yeah.
at least 150 million in
They said
advertising, and then you
That's
have
crazy.
But
That's
Like
crazy
a
town.
87.
if it wins Best Picture, it'll get that extra boost. Right
Not
after.
like a quintuple
Yeah.
all box office boost.
Yeah, there's no way this is doing 400 million to make it a
we
profit.
will see.
Vin
All right.
Diesel should have played Tom Hardy's part, and it would have made it 500 million.
Yes.
More about the top 5 international box office. All right, Chinese animated film.
Yes.
Boonie Bears.
Yes.
Classic.
Yeah.
This is
Now-
the best animated movie ever to come out.
Well, it is a film version. It brought in $16 million of a popular children's show.
I want to take back that last comment. I think Revenant is going to do huge numbers because Boonie Bears is going to be a huge hit in China.
Huge
You're going
hit.
to want to see more bears. They're
Yeah.
gonna go see the Revenant.
You know what? They'd be like, yeah, there's a bear there. There's a bear in this one. Same thing.
Also,
Bears everywhere.
The new
Creed.
trend in the Middle Kingdom. Bears.
Yeah, the new trend, bears.
Is
They love
it,
it over there.
is it the year of the bear?
No, it's
No.
the,
No,
it's
that
the
is
year.
not a.
Yeah, my
It's
bad.
not one of the
the-
Zodiac, I
My
don't
fault.
think.
My fault.
It's the year of the snake.
Creed brought
Yeah, I
in
think so, maybe.
14.2 million. Yes,
Oh,
another
wow.
nod
Boom,
to
yep.
Creed. Nice work. Maybe that has been spurred by some of its awards appeal.
Yeah,
That's
Stallone.
correct.
We'll see.
Really love Stallone over there.
Yeah, they do.
And
They love his
again-
daughters now, too.
Another Chinese feature, Royal Treasure, brought in 11.5 million.
Yeah, Nick Cage is in it, I think.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised.
it's
I
a
don't think
remake
so.
of the Nicolas Cage movie.
Oh, yeah,
National
yeah.
That's
Treasure.
National
Treasure.
Treasure.
Yeah.
Oh,
Royal
is it one of
Treasure.
the ones where they take it and then they switch it
reposition
around?
it for
They do that
Nice.
all the
Yeah,
time.
this is Jackie Chan, Kim Jong, and the other guy.
I think you're lying.
wow.
Who's the
Yeah.
other guy?
You know.
That's a great trio so far.
Who's the other guy?
I want to know. I want to
The
see
other
that.
guy. He's like the third tenor.
Okay.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But that is the international box office. So Ride Along 2, not there, but did take number 1.
Well, not yet.
Don't say those things.
Not yet.
All
No,
right.
they don't like Kevin Hart over there.
So next we have a game that we play.
Yeah, you're gonna love this game.
Okay.
It's a guessing game. First we have a theme song, and then we'll explain the rules.
Break out the Rosetta Stone, because it's time
He
for
likes to sing it.
the international title game.
Al esfuerzo y al heroísmo de una revolución no los queremos.
Normally we kind of look at it as charades. Did you get any of that?
Yeah, it's like win, lose, or draw.
I was just
Mesmerized?
kind of taking in. I didn't know if something was wrong there.
So the charade part of this week, I was asking his help with a math problem. To go with the Big Short.
Oh.
I thought
You
that was
should
going
have
to
used
be.
my. Oh,
I know, I'm
it's on here.
sorry.
Should have went El Chapo with that.
Oh.
Ooh.
Now they're saying like El Chapo had a penile implant because he couldn't get it up, and now he got it in. He had some device in there, and when they ran
Are
him,
you making this up?
no, when they ran him
Who
to an
said this?
Sean Penn.
Penn. Of course.
Everybody's got to tune into the 60-minute interview. It's going to be amazing. I misheard the story first. They were like Sean Penn something penile implant. I'm like, no way. I go, that guy doesn't need a penile implant. He wakes up. I mean, he's rock hard probably 95% of the time he's up. Anyway, that being said, all right, let's go.
Okay. That being said.
Yeah.
Should we explain the rules?
Yes, we'll explain the rules real quick. JT, do you want to fill them in?
Yeah, so basically he's going to give us 4 titles that are the
Movie titles.
translation of an international title. So you take
Yeah. One is made up.
Fast and so like Fast and Furious is called like Cars and Girls or something.
I could see
So
that.
it's like
That's
2
great.
truths and a lie, and you have to find the lie.
You got to
Right.
find out which
With movie
one
titles.
is not the real international title.
That's correct.
Which language are they translated
I
from?
usually
He'll
do it.
tell
I
you.
usually do it from the Middle Kingdom,
Okay.
but we're going to go with one movie this time from a bunch of different places because I knew that they would have amazing, translations to this.
So it has a theme.
Interesting.
Yeah,
It's only going to be
Theme
one movie.
today.
It's one movie today.
Wow,
yeah,
that's
from
different.
4
Usually it's
different
different
countries.
movies.
From
Okay.
4 different
Okay, what
places.
is the
Something
theme
special.
movie?
The movie is Dirty Grandpa.
Dirty Grandpa.
Are you excited for this film?
Yeah, well, I want to be a dirty grandpa
God.
eventually. Hoping.
Oh, God. Okay.
I get all gray and then walk around the beach in Speedos and smoke cigars with like some hot chicks that don't speak
Okay,
English.
give me the titles, please.
Okay. Poland.
Poland.
Okay.
From Poland. This
Oh,
is,
okay. I thought that was a title. I was like, okay,
They're
wow.
great over there. These guys are amazing.
The posters are great.
What do you think about Big Daddy?
That's the whole title.
Yeah.
What do you think about Big Daddy?
Yes.
Okay.
This one's from Hungary, which is slowly coming up. I think it's third on the prostitution, where the most prostitutes are coming from now. Hungary.
Okay.
Dirty Grandpa. Big Daddy breaks loose.
A lot of Big Daddy.
Yeah, Big
Yeah.
Daddy seems to be the... Okay.
Portugal. We got a bunch of fans from Portugal, and
The best.
they've been
I
asking
love
for
Portugal.
it. Yeah. Taking a delay.
Taking a delay.
What?
Taking a delay.
Yes.
What?
Yep.
Maybe that's
taking-
a-
What does that even mean?
That might be an expression there or something.
Yeah, maybe.
perhaps.
That's too...
It's like maybe taking vacation off of life or something like that, and the Big
But
Daddy,
there's
whatever.
no delay. Okay, continue.
Did you see it?
I've seen the trailers.
So you didn't see the movie.
You know everything then, right?
It does give everything away.
And from the Middle Kingdom, obviously, I can't leave out China because I love them.
Okay.
It's called buy like money, like you buy
Okay.
something.
Bye.
You could just spell it.
Buy embarrassing grandfather Europe.
What?
Yeah,
By
You're
embarrassing
saying grandfather Europe.
that's
I
correct.
think number 3 is definitely real.
I'm gonna run them again.
You wouldn't make that up.
Poland.
I feel like he could have added a word to
Yeah, that's
China.
true.
Poland. What do you know about Big Daddy?
It's that one, because you just changed it.
No. What do you know about Big Daddy?
No, you said, what do you think about Big Daddy?
Yeah.
I read it wrong. I read it wrong.
Oh yeah, he's misread it.
Look,
It does look like pretty bad handwriting.
Scratch.
Yeah, I'll give him credit for that.
Did it in the dark. Hungary. Big Daddy breaks loose. Portugal. Taking a delay. And the Middle Kingdom. By embarrassing grandfather Europe.
I feel like you just added Europe.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, just with my test, I feel like it's gonna be one of the Big Daddies. There wouldn't be two.
That's a good point.
Some of these other ones are also
It's a
just
nice-
so
Poland
weird.
and Hungary
It's a
both
nice
basically
point.
the same country. Yeah. They they don't screw in light bulbs right. They have like weird sockets and stuff.
I'm going to go with number 2.
Big Daddy Breaks Loose.
takes
Big Daddy
number
Breaks
2.
Loose.
Yeah.
I think 4 is legit because Chinese is kind of tends to be like that, kind of broken up, and it might be. I think 3 is actually must be some kind of legitimate like
So
expression.
you gonna go with me on 2 or 1?
2. Yeah, 2 like just makes the most sense.
Yeah.
Like it's almost too easy.
Yeah.
I made a movie called Big Daddy Breaks Loose once.
Well, there you go. Oh, that
Yeah.
might be a clue there.
Yeah.
It's his movie. He's trying to advertise for.
Just me and a bunch of chicks.
Okay.
All right, so you're going 2? Are you going with 1?
Well, let's go with her first.
Okay. Oh, Sarah, what are you
oh.
going with?
I'm going to go with number 1.
Okay. So
Oh, we're
number
both
1
going in
and
that
2.
direction.
Mm-hmm.
I'll let her be the lone wolf. I think it's 2.
All right, is
Big
one
John.
of us?
Big John.
Stranding me.
What about Jonathan? He needs to go. He's the
Oh,
best at it.
John, the engineer. What do you think, man?
I'm gonna be a baller and go for China.
What? Middle Kingdom.
By embarrassing grandfather Europe.
So is one of us right?
One of you are right.
Eliminate
One
one
of
of
us.
us.
2?
Yeah, one. Then I'll hug somebody if they're right. Only if it's a girl though.
Eliminate one of us first.
You are gone.
Every time I
so
say
we're both
You two are
gone.
gone. Yes.
Bye.
Damn
We're
it.
out.
It's between engineer and Sarah.
You know, Sarah, you win.
What? So which
Yeah.
one was it? It was the top. It was what was a Big
What do
Daddy?
you think about Big Daddy?
It was a
I
little
knew
long.
because you read it wrong.
Yeah, because now it's what do you know about Big Daddy? But that's what it's something like that, but it's not.
What
See,
do you think
Yeah.
about Big Daddy?
I
All right.
know
But
you.
by embarrassing grandfather Europe is legit title over there. Now I
I
have
don't
no idea
understand.
what that means.
The problem is I don't understand which either of the last 2 mean.
You know what? I think maybe like a Spanish, like a how they put like the adjectives at the
Yeah.
end. It might be like by embarrassing European, like
Yeah.
I don't know,
but
white
who's
grandfather.
European in it?
They know.
Zac
I guess-
Efron.
Is it?
Yeah, he's from
Is
Hungary.
it Italy in Europe?
Yeah.
Yes.
And what's
And
De Niro
he's
known for?
Italian, yeah.
He's
true.
known for his Italian roles.
He knows exactly what he,
Yeah, I
it
mean,
makes complete
Schwarzenegger's
sense.
called the devil over there.
Yeah.
Every movie is Devil Boy.
I'm confused, but
Wow.
okay.
The devil kindergarten cop. The devil
All
teaches
right.
children.
In hindsight, I should have picked the first. Sorry, just saying that.
It's okay. You wanted to strand me. I understand. You've made your allegiances with that side of the table. I get it.
I tried.
I'm gonna bring Ken back. He always is on my side.
Ken Knapsack?
Anyway, yes.
He's busy seeing Star Wars.
All right, going into our next section, which is we do a top 5 films. Typically, we do top 5 grossing, so
Yeah.
we'll take either an actor or a subject and we'll say what are their top 5 grossing films. But someone has called Xnay on that at the end of the table,
He's throwing
and he
audible.
has
Yeah.
decided that we are just going to do top 5
Movies.
just
Yeah, what is it?
films
The
in
top
gen-
5 Robert De Niro movies where he took the L.
Now,
the L.
take the L is this is new to me. Apparently not.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not-
take the L.
What does that mean exactly?
Like
It means
take
like
the loss.
You take
yeah.
the loss. You do something stupid. You
Okay.
die in a movie.
So-
you
So,
lose.
so
You
we
lose.
can you lose, but it can range from death to like
Yeah, it can make it's
you
versatile.
Yeah,
lose
like
the
if you
girl,
see, like,
you
a-
lose all the money, any of these
like you
things.
see like a really hot chick with like a really stupid looking guy. You know, he's not taking the L.
Being that
So
you
winning.
have come up with
He
this
wins.
theme, you're going to have to describe how he takes
Yeah,
the L
like-
in all of these movies.
Because Meet the
Let's
Fockers
start-
is an L, 'cause that's a horrible movie.
Yeah, but he didn't die in it.
Meet
Oh,
the
okay.
fuckers.
Do I just go straight down the list, or do I go?
Yeah. How did she?
Yeah, go straight down the
Okay.
list.
Starting with Mean Streets.
Ooh, great movie.
Great movie. First one with Scorsese and De Niro, man.
Yes, that's their first movie.
Now he takes the L because
He's Johnny Boy or
spoiler
something.
warning.
Yeah, spoiler
Because
warning.
apparently
So many
this
spoilers
list is going to
in
be a
this
lot of
section.
spoilers.
Yes.
Spoiler.
If you haven't seen your De Niro movies,
Well, you know what the Queen said.
What?
She
No.
had balls. She'd be a king. That's a line in the movie.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Is that
I
the
didn't know
L?
that.
Yeah, and another thing was crazy. About
Wait,
this
I want to
movie.
know what
Yeah,
is
what
the
is the
L.
He gets like shot or something. Obviously, that's the only way to die. Like it's like he gets shot or stabbed. And it's like old school Italian.
I feel like you have to know exactly how he.
no. Why would I do that?
Said L.
So you know what the crazy is? Scorsese's mentor Roger Corman
Yes.
was gonna finance the whole movie,
Okay.
but he wanted the cast to be all black.
Oh.
And Scorsese's like, "Did you read this?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "It's like about like Italian, like
Yeah.
kind of sort of ish things in Brooklyn or wherever the hell it's from." And he didn't put any money towards it.
Do you know in the
wow.
movie Brooklyn, it only cost like $10 million to make. There's like 13 production companies on it.
Yeah,
Really? It's
crazy.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
insane.
It's a really good movie too.
But yeah,
That's
Mean
so
Streets.
many
Mean
production
Streets is a Scorsese classic. It's very odd.
Yeah.
You know, he used all of his own music from his record collections and things like that. This guy's a visionary, obviously.
It's a great movie. It's interesting to see a director that great before he had the resources that he has now.
Well, so a lot of times it's when they're at their best. Really.
Yeah,
that's true.
This movie's
Like,
better than
I
Departed.
feel like I'll take Taxi Driver. I'll take Taxi Driver over this just because.
Yeah, that's
obviously right.
absolutely.
Because he finally had a big studio behind him, and he had the money to actually take his full vision. I
This
think
got
Mean
him the
Streets,
money.
you watch it and you're like, it's really raw, which adds to it. Much like the first Rocky,
Correct.
had that limited budget.
That's
All
correct.
But
right.
there's definitely times where I'm like, okay.
We are going to have to roll through the
Yeah, sorry.
losing the whatever
Mean Streets.
else I don't understand of the next 4. Cape Fear.
Yes. It's a
Oh,
fantastic
yes. He gets to L like a boss in this movie.
Another
Ugh,
Scorsese
it's the best.
one.
Yeah, nice Scorsese.
Marty was so creeped out by De Niro during the filming of this with that accent, and just he was this guy, and he even shooting it, he's like, this is so weird. And Robert De Niro would call his house at night and leave messages using his voice and stuff like that.
Really?
And Marty was
Okay.
like super scared about it. He's like, dude, I think this guy might have lost it.
All right, this next one I've never heard of.
Plus, Alyssa Milano was supposed to be in it.
Bang the Drums Slowly. I don't
Yeah.
know
It's
this
a baseball
movie.
movie. It's a
Okay.
very underrated De Niro movie.
I've never heard of this either.
Yeah.
Very,
I don't
very
know this
underrated.
one.
It's
Do you
like almost
recommend
like-
it? Or is it
course.
underrated for a reason?
course.
Of course
Or
I put
not
it there. That's why I
underrated,
put it there.
unknown.
Was this like pre-Scorsese or after?
This was actually 70, 78, I
Oh,
think.
so
It
this
was
is-
supposed to be Al Pacino, but
Okay.
he went off and did not want to do it for some
Didn't
reason.
do it.
There
No,
you
no,
go.
he got Michael Corleone.
happens.
He got Michael
Also
Corleone.
coming out is The Fan.
Yes.
Ah,
Wesley
one of the
Snipes.
other
Wesley
ones?
Snipes.
Yeah.
Tony Scott movie. Wait, first of
Oh,
all, how
Tony
does he
Scott.
get the L in the baseball movie? Does the team lose?
No, he's a sick catcher. He's like has some kind of
Oh,
disease.
gotcha.
It's almost like
And he does.
Brian. It's almost like Brian's song. He's like a
Okay.
dim-witted
Okay.
catcher, and he should have won an Oscar for it.
The Fan is he's like an obsessed sports junkie. Wesley Snipes is a hitter. And it's kind of like Fatal Attraction, but sports version.
Yes.
Okay.
It's pretty much it's an entertaining movie. I remember seeing it in theaters,
very
but
good.
I don't know
Yeah,
if it holds
remember.
up.
Tony Scott turned it down. Turned The Rock down to do this.
All right. And
Oh.
What?
Do The Rock.
Wow.
And also, one more thing. Cal Ripken is, obviously a baseball player for a long time, the Iron Man.
Yeah, of course.
He was tutoring De Niro and, Snipes on a hit and things like that.
Oh, okay.
So he met De Niro for lunch one day, and De Niro was listening to audio tapes of this guy, Robert John Bardo, who stalked and later killed this actress, Rebecca Schaefer.
Oh yeah.
I feel like you just went
Yeah.
down a really dark
And
story.
Cal
I don't
Ripken was
know.
like,
Okay.
I'm legitimately like really creeped out about this, and he's like, I don't know. I think he goes, is this what he does? He's like, he's a method actor. That's how he operates.
That doesn't surprise me. I mean, that is actually, if you're playing that role, that'd be a great
Yeah.
thing to
Yeah,
thing
look
he's,
into.
he's done some really
right.
interesting things.
And finally, you have on here Heat.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic
Classic, yeah.
One of the best movies ever made, in my opinion. Michael
I
Mann's
agree.
best film, his masterpiece.
Yeah.
De Niro does lose. What's the saying? Never.
You never don't. If you can't leave something in 5 minutes, it's not worthy of it. That's something along those lines.
Yeah.
We destroyed
we
it.
got
Yeah,
it.
it's-
That would be. I'm sorry, everyone. I'm sorry that we just
I live
butchered
my life
that.
that way.
We don't know any of the
I live
lines.
my life that way. I can be out of my house in 15 minutes.
15.
Wonderful.
Like, I'm not kidding.
Wonderful.
Including a TV.
All right.
I gotta
Let's
get rid of all
talk
my sex toys though.
about
Anyway,
some-
well, there's one more.
Oh, there's
Pacino had a full facelift before this, and they had to wait to his face to like get down to shoot it. I'm serious.
Yeah, is that true?
Yeah, and he also ad-libbed the, she's got a great ass.
Oh,
he
yeah.
ad-libbed that.
Great line.
Yeah,
What a
'cause-
classic.
That's
Wonderful.
great.
Did he
She's
get that
got
one
a-
right?
Great
Yes. Because he was like supposedly like this
Wonderful.
big cokehead.
Happy.
In both, in the
That was
movie and in real life.
fantastic.
Have you seen Heat?
Yes.
Okay. So
Fantastic.
But
Fantastic.
we do have to move on to our upcoming films to
Yeah.
talk about. I guess we could start it off with Dirty Grandpa coming out. We don't
Oh,
have
why
Rotten
not?
Tomatoes doesn't have any scores about it yet, but it does have Zac Efron, however you say his name.
There's a
in it
naked
as
motorcycle
well.
scene. There's a naked motorcycle scene.
Is that in the trailer, or you
I
just know?
think that
He knows every naked
Zac
scene that before it
Efron
comes out.
hasn't
Okay.
been a huge draw to the box office.
Who's
Not at all.
No,
He's not?
Zac
He's
Efron?
naked.
Not recently.
What about
He
Neighbors,
recently
right?
no, but he did like I think he did a DJ one
Yeah.
that was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
biggest
We were
flop
the biggest
ever.
studio.
We were friends.
And Neighbors, I don't think people saw because of him.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was,
you
that
might be
was a
right.
Seth Rogen thing.
Yeah.
And just like if people see this one, I don't really think they're seeing it because of him.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Does Robert De Niro bring in the comedy crowd? Then,
He's
or-
pretty good. I think this could do decently. I mean, we're going to see when we do our predictions. But like I said, Zac Efron is naked on a motorcycle, but it's not his body. It's a body double. Sorry, ladies.
Oh.
Now I went and auditioned
How was
for
that?
it.
How was that shoot?
I
was
went
gonna
and
say.
auditioned for that part, And they were, I took off my clothes, and they were like, "No, it's going to be too distracting for everybody."
You were too good. You were better than Zac
They were like,
Efron.
"What is that? A third leg?" Oh man, it's crazy.
Did you have a leg problem? What are you talking about?
Yeah, a third leg. You know, just,
Okay.
So Dirty Grandpa is coming out. Also, The Fifth Wave,
What is
which
that?
is the Chloe
Grace
Oh,
Moretz.
yeah.
Grace
First of all,
Moretz is in it, and it's I think off a book. It's off of trilogy.
Three books.
It's Divergent.
Mhm.
It's
Hunger Games, that
Hunger
whole
Games.
thing.
It's that
Mixed
Maze
with, like-
Runner, sci-fi young
What
adult
separates
movie.
it?
It's like aliens.
Oh, aliens.
And
That's-
the world
and
is
Chloe
back to
Moretz.
like, and the world is set back to like the 19 whatever.
Well, yeah, basically the aliens hit us, and the first 4 waves, I guess, are like take out electricity, take out a virus, attack the cities. And the 5th wave is like, I guess, what you're supposed to know. I love Chloe Grace Moretz. I think she's a great actress.
Yeah.
I'm more looking forward to her in Neighbors 2.
Oh, is
That's
she in
coming
that?
out this
Oh.
summer, where she plays the Zac Efron role, where she's a sorority girl who's like moves in next door to Seth Rogen, and then they go get Zac Efron.
And now she's 18,
sounds
so
great.
that's good.
Yes,
But she's actually, I don't know. I think she's growing out of her face. You know what I mean?
So
I don't know what that means.
It's
Like Haley Joel Osment?
he totally grew out of it.
oh yeah, he's.
But she
yeah.
was super cute. Now she's like turning into like, yes, I think she's growing out of her face. I'd rather grow
I
grow
disagree.
into my face than grow out of it.
I don't.
I disagree. I think
I
she was
disagree
great.
as well. I
Okay.
don't agree with that. But it is. This movie does seem like something we've already seen.
Yeah.
It just seems like a combination of aliens with young adults.
Yeah.
I think she's trying to save her brother or something. It is also another
Young
like
adult.
surgeons of like female-driven protagonist who seems like who becomes strong. I don't know.
I think it's gonna bomb.
AKA it's
mean-
going to tank at the box office.
Like, is a book? Like, is it
It's
a popular
already made
book?
$8 million foreign.
Like in 1 week or
Yeah, I believe so.
in the
I
Middle
don't
Kingdom.
know exactly.
In the Kingdom.
in the Middle Kingdom?
I'm not sure. Do you want me to find out?
Well, there's the United Kingdom. There's the Middle Kingdom.
But it is coming out. I was not as familiar with this book, so I can't tell
Yeah, I
how
know
popular
nothing.
it
There's
is.
so many of them that I don't.
But
yeah.
it could have had. It probably has some
following.
sort of allegiance if it got made, because I'm guessing that was a big push for it.
Yeah.
Also coming out is Mojave. Mojave.
Oh yeah, what's it? Oscar Isaacs.
Oscar
and,
Isaac.
somebody else.
He's good.
Garrett
Headland.
Headland.
Yeah, I've never heard of anything about this movie.
I have
so
not
I
heard
saw the list.
anything
I think
about
they get
this
trapped
movie.
in the desert. It's like I think it's a sequel to Brokeback
a
Mountain.
thriller.
Actually.
Oh, this great
No,
movie.
it's an R thriller.
That's wrong. I was wrong. Sorry.
Was it like a festival favorite
I don't
or something?
know.
Or
I had
just...
heard nothing about it before, so
Look, it's in January. Probably.
here's what
yeah.
I think. I think Oscar Isaac made this movie like a year ago for a
Oh.
little bit of nothing,
Then they're like,
and now
Star
they
Wars.
finally are like, oh, he's got Star Wars and Ex Machina. Let's release it now.
Yeah, poof.
And it's probably just gonna really quite release, and I guarantee you, Oscar Isaac's probably doing no press for it.
No press.
No.
Yeah.
It happens.
And
He's swimming
in
in
the
money.
horror genre, so that's the thriller genre, but going over to the horror genre, we have The Boy
Boy,
Yeah.
coming out as well.
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's a creepy doll.
PG-13. PG-13.
Is it really?
It's a
PG-13?
PG-13
Oh, man.
horror movie.
But those still do well, right? Doesn't that
Horror
not hold it
movies,
back?
They
What
normally do
studio
well
is
in the
it?
first week.
It's not Blumhouse, is it?
It sticks.
No.
STX.
And it stars the girl from Walking Dead.
That's also a draw
don't
for
know.
sure.
Yeah, I don't know, but like when I saw Troy, I didn't even recognize her
No.
until someone told me it was her. I was like, oh, that was her. And here's the thing: the whole doll coming to life. It's such a horror trope that I feel like it's been used so many times.
Yeah, Poltergeist.
You're never gonna do better than Child's Play.
Well, like,
No.
wait, what was
No,
the movie that
Poltergeist
came
is
out
better.
recently?
Poltergeist.
The
spin-off of The
Poltergeist.
Conjuring or something?
Yeah, it wasn't about the
Oh
doll.
yeah, the Annabelle.
Annabelle, didn't that do well?
Yeah, it
Or-
did.
Yeah.
But
Really
that was
well.
coming off the Conjuring hype train.
Yeah.
It was like the Conjuring's Annabelle.
Well, this is coming
right.
off of the Annabelle.
I'm, still, I'm scared of creepy dolls.
No,
I don't
this
like creepy
one-
dolls.
yeah.
Hold
Like
on.
George Costanza's mom
This,
doll.
the
I don't
take
like that
on
either.
this one is a young American named Greta takes a job as a nanny for an
That's a
8-year-old
great name.
boy in a remote English village. To her surprise, Greta learns the child of her nephew's employers is a life-size doll.
That's
Here's
hot.
the problem with the trailer. Okay, you go to this English house.
They take care of the doll
Yeah.
as if it was human.
That's cool.
This is the thing though, like when you go in a house and you see the adult couple, they tell you in the trailer, she's like, "Here's our boy," and they open the door and there's this little creepy doll in the chair. She still takes the job.
Yeah.
So,
She must be thinking easy money
Well,
because
maybe
she's getting paid a
maybe
lot.
she has a really boring life. She's probably like, hey, listen, I need some excitement here.
yeah, why
I want
not?
to deal with these crazy people with the fake doll in the house.
I'm sorry,
right.
but I would be like, I'm out.
You guys, we're going to have to run through some predictions, though.
Oh wait,
Okay.
could we mention one last movie, IP Man 3?
Yes, Mike
Oh.
Tyson
Because Mike
crushes,
Tyson
crushes it.
Is he playing himself?
Yeah.
think he is.
He is.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Even though Ip Man.
But it's a
or whatever-
period piece movie. It makes no sense.
Yeah, he was not in the I think it's early 1900s.
It takes place before it's like 1960s or 50s. I think.
You know what? At least it sounds
Bruce Lee
original.
was a child.
Yeah,
It's original. So
Peter McNeely's in this. The guy he fought when he got out of jail.
Yeah.
He produced it. He
Nice.
owns like a bunch of chains of Pizza Huts or something like that.
But I'm just saying, like when I watch a trailer, I love the first IP, man. It's really good. Donnie,
okay.
it was some great action scenes.
Yeah.
Maybe not the best story. I never saw a sequel, but it just feels like such a gimmick to bring Mike Tyson into his movie. It looks
Hey.
ridiculous.
But actually, there's
It
there's
sounds
hype.
like it has like 80% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh crap!
Oh,
See, it's
wow.
probably got good action.
Or
That's
something.
It's got Mike Tyson in it. It's gonna crush.
It's going to
Yeah.
be amazing.
That was a big part of Hangover. That's why Hangover is
why. I am
the
gonna
highest
gonna
rated.
crush in China.
All that said, I'm gonna see it because Mike Tyson's in it.
Correct.
If you can find it.
Kid
I can find
Dynamite.
They ride the hoverboard things, and Mike Tyson falls, and he plays Mike Tyson's Punch Out.
All right. So,
Great. Sounds
of
amazing.
everything that's coming out, we have to see what can beat our numbers
All
right
right.
now that
Ride
are
Along
like
2?
in the 30s, high 20s, which means we're going to be dropping to around the, I don't know, 17 area to beat. Yeah, maybe a little more.
No,
17?
no, to win. I think you're gonna Star
I
Wars.
think Dirty Grandpa will get in there.
I mean, we
right, who's gonna
go
go
through.
first?
I'll go
Oh,
first.
is that how we do it? Okay.
yeah, we'll let him go
and
first.
and we're gonna try and make it snappy.
Yeah, let's go
And we're
quick.
gonna list these
We'll take
our
a
top
pause.
5 for next week.
I think a lot of people got it wrong. I think Norman of the North is going to be number 1
Shut
next
up.
week.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think, unfortunately, you know what? I'm going to go with The Revenant number 1.
Ooh,
I think Ride
Interesting.
Along. I think Ride Along drops off heavy.
Interesting.
You'll see 2 Ride Along. Star Wars, does it do 25 again, or does it do
keep dropping.
17?
Gonna keep falling, man.
Yeah.
Let's go with Star Wars at number 3.
Okay.
Okay.
Dirty Grandpa at number 4, or as we call it.
Wait,
Middle
I'm sorry.
Kingdom.
You just can you repeat your list so far?
Revenant. Ride Along.
Okay.
Star Wars. Dirty Grandpa. And can the fifth wave do money here?
Oh, the boy.
Nah, the boy's not going to do anything. The boy's terrible. It's not Blumhouse. It's
agree.
not going to
It
make any
looks
money. Let's go with the fifth wave at number 5.
Ooh.
So Revenant, Ride Along, Star Wars,
Dirty.
Dirty Big Daddy, and
So 13 hours
The boy.
gone.
I mean,
Daddy's home gone.
yeah.
Okay.
Because
Wow.
Dirty Grandpa's going to take away from Daddy's home.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
for
sure.
Yeah, this is tough.
And I think the Revenant's just going to keep getting heat,
Yeah.
especially with that drop off of only 26%.
I'm a little close to you. I'll stick number 1, Revenant. Also, I think it's just the movie everyone I talk to wants to go see. If they haven't seen it already. Ride Along will be number 2. Number 3. This is where it gets tough, man. This is where it really gets tough. Do you put like the Dirty Grandpa in there? I'll go with number 3, Dirty Grandpa.
I think it'll do 16.
Yeah. Number 3, Dirty Grandpa. Number 4, Star Wars. And then I think I'm just gonna stick with 13 hours. I don't think The Boy or Fifth Wave are gonna reach that high.
Alrighty. Stanley, you're up.
I'm trying to do these numbers here. I guess I'll start from the bottom. I think Star Wars will drop to 5.
Okay.
It'll kind of continue to go down. I guess I would put maybe I would put Ride Along at 4. Yeah, I'll put Ride Along at 4. I'll put The Boy at 3.
Okay.
Revenant at 2, I guess. Is that where I'm at?
Okay.
And then I think I don't know. I guess I'll put that. Dirty Grandpa will be 1. I don't know why.
Wow.
I just put that. It's
Wow.
a new
Oh,
comedy.
okay.
It'll be.
All right.
All right.
Okay.
I'm also starting with The Revenant just based on its limited dropout. Then I'm going to... Just because I was so wrong, the debate between Dirty Grandpa and Ride Along, which are just both awful, I'm going to give it to Dirty Grandpa as number 2, because I think and then Ride Along, and then Star Wars, and then Fifth Wave.
Wow, I think Fifth Wave's gonna break the 5, huh?
I think so.
If I would have heard something about the book, I've never heard of the book at all.
All it's going to have to do is 12 to get number 5.
I'm just kind
Maybe-
of like, what?
maybe 12.5.
My question is, what is the teenage girl audience saying right now?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what's
that's
out
not.
there
We're not the
between-
demographic.
They're gonna go
Like-
see Zac Efron and
Yes.
Dirty Grandpa.
That's true.
But not
Maybe,
on-
but
on
not
Motorcycle
all of
Naked.
them. And I don't think they're going to be choosing 13 hours. And I think
No.
a lot of 13 hours is still saying Revenant, like that's mixed.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. We'll see what it does. We'll see if we think we can take probably one caller or so before we have to go.
I like the
and
top
maybe,
5.
and they normally have the correct top 5. So we will see
Yeah, they're
what
usually better than
they have.
Yeah, especially if it's boss.
I thought we had a caller.
Oh, we had it. We lost it. There we go. It's back.
There
We
it
got one.
is.
Oh.
Oh, I do have to. and winners.
Hey, welcome to Box Office Breakdown. Who do we got?
This is Bob Turner.
Of course, it's Bob Turner, the
Boss
one, the
Turner
only.
is our loyal friend.
Yeah, what's up, boss?
okay.
How'd you do? You got your top? Did you do good on the top 5 this week, or you hit, or what?
No, I'm not. Not this week. I got 2 questions to add. I'm not doing the box office this week.
Oh, sweet. He's got questions.
Okay.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yeah. Other day I was reading an article. Michael B. Jordan talking about Creed 2. Creed 2 really a real villain. So I actually kind of agree with him about that. Because Creed 2 supposed to be coming out next November.
Yeah, November 17th.
Really?
That's so quick, right? It
Yeah.
feels so quick.
I don't know if it's going to be ready by then. I doubt that. But
think they're
I mean, it
gonna
could
push it
be.
back?
I mean, Stallone's a busy guy.
He's busy. He's busy because he got the Expendable 4. He got to start filming
that's
coming out next week. I don't care about that movie though.
Nah, nobody cares about that.
Here's the thing, man. Whenever somebody wins an Oscar, it changes their whole game plan.
Right.
I think all the plans he had pre-Oscar, because I think he's going to win the Oscar.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be like start changing his roles. He's not going to
Calculate a little.
I'll be surprised that he already
dramatic
dropped.
actor.
Yeah, he already dropped Rambo.
Yes.
He already put it down.
Wow.
Before this whole Oscar thing, he was like, Rambo 4 is next. Now
I
he's like, I'm not
agree.
doing it.
I think, winning an Oscar for Creed, if he does, which I think he will, he should.
He is gonna win.
Yeah, he's gonna win. He's gonna win. But he should leave it at that. Go out on top. Just go out with an Oscar for a character you did for 40 years and call it a day. That's my
don't
opinion.
do the Creed sequel.
No, don't even do the Creed sequel.
Oh, wow.
Interesting.
My next question.
Okay.
My next question is about Suicide Squad coming out in August.
Yes.
I think Suicide Squad is going to be the biggest movie this summer. Because last year, Straight Outta Compton was the biggest movie of 2015 for the summer.
Really?
I think
Yeah.
Suicide
It's one of the
Squad
biggest in the summer.
is going to be the biggest.
Besides, like Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's
I
the,
can't look back.
listen, people love Batman, but I think people love Joker even more than Batman.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
They've been pushing.
I can't see the Joker though. He looked kind of cool playing the Joker.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
They just have such a strong cast.
Will Smith.
Margot Robbie.
Margot Robbie.
It's gotta
Everyone's
be.
bringing in.
gotta
Everyone
be
has
good.
their own solid audience who's in that movie.
Yeah,
It's gotta be good.
It looks like such a different vibe than any of the other comic book movies I've really seen. Like, it looks like it should be rated R. Yeah, it's all the bad guys.
It's true.
Is that one
It's
coming out
exciting.
before Batman Superman?
No, it comes out in August. Batman Superman's in March.
Yeah.
Great call, boss.
Yeah, great call, boss, buddy.
All right.
We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you,
we have
thank you.
time for
We got
one
one
more?
more.
I don't
Let's
think
do
we
one
have
more.
any time because we have to go over some other stuff.
Oh,
For
okay.
instance, first we have to say all of our winners.
Oh,
so
that's right.
everyone who does participate out there. Someone won the Norm of the North guessing game.
Really?
Yes.
They deserve an
Cruzes.
award for that.
Yes, nice job. We also have a bunch of 5 for 5s.
All right,
which
let's
is
hear 'em.
really good.
Really?
Yes, Thomas Zelenka, Kristen Ciliberto, Marcin Krolak, Tiago Cruz, and Arthur Carlson. The big winner, though, by winning both the Ride Along 2 and 13 Hours Guessing Game and 5 for 5
Whoa.
is Renee Flores.
Take my job.
Okay, well, you know what? This guy, Renee Flores, send JTE your address. We're going to send you something good for that. Could you just hit the triple?
That's awesome.
The trifecta.
Who won the? I
So
also
send,
want
if
to
you're
know
listening, send JTE, and we're going to send you something real cool.
who won the
Yeah.
Norm of the North guessing thing.
Julius Grusas.
All right, good for
We
you,
have
Julius.
He's
very
great.
active, wonderful fans. Thank you
Yeah.
for constantly participating with us, for correcting me when I'm wrong, for correcting all of us when we mess up, and for still putting up with us and
Yeah, even Jesus
listening.
screwed up every once in a while.
Yeah, I screwed up last week.
Yeah,
you know, the normal.
Just got all the apostles drunk too
He means
much.
Jesus, this guy that works for us.
Yeah,
he doesn't mean like.
Oh.
yeah, he's in the back.
He's a mechanic.
He's in the back.
Stanley, thank you so much for coming
Yeah,
on the
man,
show,
that's
man.
cool.
Yeah, dude.
Check
Great
out
stuff.
The Big Short, everybody. Nominated for Best Picture, and check out 21 Jump Street and 22 Jump Street. You get to see him
Yeah,
shoot a
the small
machine gun.
part.
He
Yeah,
shoots a
that's
machine
true.
gun.
Some
That
of
was
the
great.
best comedies that have been put out in a while
so good.
compared to the.
It's good stuff.
Yeah, Big
No, I'm
Short
not
didn't win Best, or no, Martian was the best comedy. I guess. Yeah, that was
Yeah,
a
it was
disappointing
so
thing.
stupid.
Yeah, that movie was hilarious.
You know,
Come
Oscars
on.
just change genres for us. They're just like, these are the guidelines. But as always, we do give our Twitters. So if you want to put that where people can find you, start at the end.
At Bob Finstock, clearly. Not clearly, but at Bob Finstock. No,
But
clearly.
in your heart.
Yeah,
No
no,
clearly.
clearly. No,
All
clearly.
right, JT.
At Schmoes JTE, catch me running all the Screen Junkie shows for the Screen Junkies. Also, JTE Movie Things on iTunes and YouTube. Stanley was a guest before; he'll be a guest again. And I got even Roxy Stryer did an episode last week, so looking forward to putting that out
Oh,
there.
JT
Yeah.
movie things?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we're gonna do We're prepping for our Schmodown 2, which is coming very
Yes.
soon. I got a big surprise. Somebody's going to lead us into the ring. If you thought Spicy Lucy was hot, look the fuck out.
Woo-hoo, get ready.
Whoa.
Stanley, do you have a Twitter?
Yeah, I'm at swong37. A lot of people always ask what the 37 is. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
I was thinking
went
that
from
earlier,
like
too.
1 through. When I made my first email address, so just like 1 was taken, 2 was saying I was like, forget it, I'll just do 37.
So you just
I guess
jumped-
it's also a Kevin Smith reference, but I was like unconscious, I guess.
Maybe.
Really?
Yes.
How's it? Okay, I work with Kevin
JT is
Smith. I'm
gonna
gonna
look
ask
that
him.
up. Mine's at Sarah_Stretton. Thank you all for listening to us here at Box Office Breakdown on the Popcorn Talk Network. We will be back next Sunday.
Poof.
Keep watching those movies.
Cool.
From the Popcorn Talk Network, the online broadcast network for movie talk, and the schmoes know, this is Box Office Breakdown. Information and commentary on weekly movie box office. From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Popcorn Talk Network or its owners or principals.